T-Birds Weekly Report is the Eagle news, notes, and analysis you need.
Quick, he's gonna go. What a give it to Smith, and they stop him again. Go back. He looks, fires for the end zone. Intercepted. The 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. Matt Ware. Midfield. He's gonna go. Deshaun Jackson. He steps up his head and falls forward. And he fumbles the football, and the Eagles have it. It's and the Eagles win.
It's all birds, all the time.
And welcome to another edition of the AATBirds Weekly Report. I'm myself, Johnny Ulecka, is joined by Chip at Chip for the Birds, as always. And we have Matt Templin from Templids, as you see behind him, if you're watching on YouTube or all the Twitter and everything, wonderful helmets he has behind him, and everything that he makes and creates is fantastic. And we are very happy to have him as a first-time guest. I go back and forth with him all the time, but it's awesome to have him as a first-time guest. Matt, just tell everyone where they can find you, and so they can follow you and get all the cool stuff that we get to see.
Yeah. So first of all, thanks for having me on, guys. Long time, first time. So pretty sweet.
First time on this show. You've been on my show.
First time on the show. I have been on your show. That's true. So you can check me out on Twitter, Temp Daddy. Some of you may have interacted with me once or twice, for better or worse. And if you're looking for a sweet helmet, check us out at Templids on X. I keep wanting to say Twitter, on X, or Templates Custom Helmets on Instagram.
So this is going to be a fun episode because I know that this part of the off season is really brutal. You and I really don't speak that much right now because there's really nothing going on to talk about. It's kind of no news, no fun stuff, no awesome type of content to be able to share with each other. So I thought about a fun episode where we do a bunch of rankings. Now, some of it's football related. There's some Eagles related stuff, but there's football movies. We got candy. We have game day appetizer / foods. I do have a couple Eagles trivia questions. We have a rankings. We're going to do the Eagles jersey combo rankings. And then I have two different top 5 Eagles related that I'll pose to the two fellas a little bit later. But I thought it'd be pretty fun to do that because there's really nothing going on except for
literally nothing.
You want to talk about
except people hating on Jalen Hurts because he doesn't smile enough, like it's a Miss America pageant.
Yeah. And you know what? I do want to bring that up real quick because it was Prince Blue. I know he's I interact with him a lot. Awesome guy. He came up with something. He had something he posted today about trying to figure out why Jalen Hurts is so hated on by the media, by all these people. And he came up with a very, awesome, synopsis of what he thinks. And I said, I'm going to use that. I have to use that because I think it's great. I think it's spot on. So I'm going to find it. He posts a lot. So it's kind of, there's a lot of stuff that's posted. We got to scroll through. Okay, here we go. All right. So let me see here. So he says here, so it goes on about James Jones, one of the analysts, former wide receiver for the Packers, and I think he was with the Raiders for a year or so, whatever. Talked about Jalen Hurts and how he does nothing better than Dak Prescott, otherwise running the read option. Bringing up, comparing the two. And then Prince goes, I've been racking my brain about why Jalen Hurts gets so much flack. And he's figured it out. Jalen Hurts is anti-today's athlete. He respects women, quiet, works hard, stays out of the bullshit. And athletes that don't do all those things see them as a threat and have nothing on him. So there's nothing on him. So you got to point to, all this type of stuff that, makes no sense because he doesn't give what the media wants. He's not the guy that's going to go in and, if he doesn't like a question, he's going to be like he's not going to answer it the way he wants them to answer it. That's why you have all these guys trying to dig up dirt, trying to find something because he doesn't do it like they want him to do it. And I think that's a portion of it. I think that's a great, a great thing that Prince put in because it makes a lot of sense if you look at it. And, I just want the guy to play football and play football well. And I'm not into anything else, but it's true though. He's quiet. He doesn't get in the media. He's not really on social media. Anything that posts on social media, it's his team. So it's not really him that's posting it all the time, maybe once in a while, but he's noted and said it before that he hasn't. And, for me is I don't care if he goes out and wins on Sundays. That's what I care about. And that's what all the fans should care about. The media may not because they want to be able to.
I think it's so funny how controversial he is for someone who is not controversial.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like he's just, to your point, he's so
He's not.
clean cut. He works hard. He says the right thing. By, all counts, he's an amazing teammate. He works hard off the field too. So like not just in the weight room, but he's like doing community work. He's doing commercials. He's giving back. He's making sure that his agent is taken care of. I mean, he's like literally the epitome of what you want your quarterback, your son, your, son-in-law, whoever it may be. Like he's what you want in a quarterback. He's just not. The problem is that everybody keeps trying to take him down because he's so non-controversial. And then he keeps breaking through these barriers and these limitations that people put on him. And I think it just pisses people off even more and just makes him even more controversial. It's so weird. Because I think that shit with Burrow.
Well, no, and I think that there's a lot of stuff that kind of goes with that. So number one, like you said, he's not controversial. And if you think about some of the other quarterbacks in the league and in league history, there has been some controversies, and they're on the flip side of the same exact things. It's probably not the most ideal group of panelists to bring this up to, but let's call it like it is. It doesn't help that he's a black man. I mean, let's call it like this. Like you compared him to Joe Burrow. Yeah, you're right. Joe Burrow doesn't get the same flack that he does. Joe Burrow smoking cigars. Joe Burrow's talking about whatever. Joe Burrow's
Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, Mr. Social Media quarterback.
Right, same thing.
But that's the reason I brought up Burrow.
But hold on, we think about Lamar Jackson, who I say the same thing. How he's a running quarterback. We think about Deshaun Watson and all the trouble that he got in. We think about Michael Vick and all the trouble that he got in. We think about of course, Jalen Hurts isn't what people want because. We were coming off of a Carson Wentz situation, and everybody loved Carson Wentz, even though he wasn't doing anywhere near the same level of what Jalen Hurts has been able to provide to this team. So I think that, yes, everything that you mentioned is absolutely true, but you do have to call, you got to keep it 100. A lot of it is that he's a black guy playing quarterback, and that is always going to be a lightning rod. I mean, think about the time when we had McNabb. It was literally the center of a racial controversy because he is a black quarterback.
Let me ask you a question now. A few things. One, I think it's interesting. This is not a question, but I think it's interesting that he gets so much flack here in Philadelphia, given the. I mean, I don't know if this is a stat.
We have so many black.
We have to have the most black quarterbacks in NFL history. So that's one thing. So I think that's interesting. Why him and not? I was too young to understand if Randall was getting the same flack, and obviously I saw a bit with McNabb. But do you think he'd be getting if he had the same success on another team? Do you think he'd be as controversial as he is in Philadelphia?
Absolutely not.
If he was in Jacksonville, let's just use them. No offense to Jacksonville, they're just not the same market that we have here in Philly. If he was having the same success, if he takes them to the Super Bowl in 2022 with Doug Peterson, do you think he has the same scrutiny?
And I can say that for certainty because think about how loved Trevor Lawrence is already down in Jacksonville for a lot less success.
Yeah.
And even putting a guy like
Alabama.
CJ Stroud in Houston, 1 year out, very little success. I mean, he's had some success, but they're all behind him. You look at a guy like Justin Fields, who just got run out of Chicago for a Caleb Williams. Again, I'm not saying I really do think that Jalen Hurts is a phenomenal quarterback. But I think being here without winning a Super Bowl, he's never going to be a successful Philadelphia quarterback in the eyes of Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think you're right in
Which
that
sucks,
aspect,
by the way.
because I think you have a lot of people that take and say Nick Foles is the best quarterback in Eagles history, and
Nope.
No, and just wait until I release him on the rankings and everyone goes, batshit crazy like they have been because they want 100 players in the top 30. Math may not be the strongest suit of Eagles fans, but listen, it's just, I look at it this way, and you look at Jalen Hurts and what he did, and you look at all the other quarterbacks in Eagles history. If he wins a Super Bowl, I think you can't say boo about anything he does because he got you and he won that Super Bowl. So I think that's where it kind of sucks that after 2022, like I wanted that Super Bowl so badly and for him to shut everyone up. And not just like the media and the haters, Eagles fans that were haters and that didn't believe in him. And there's still some that still don't believe in him, but it was definitely for the media. It was definitely for
all the ones that will never like. In my opinion, McNabb is the greatest quarterback right now in Eagles history. Why? His level of success is, as of right now, unmatched. Without that Super Bowl win, he is a polarizing figure in Philadelphia.
Let me give you this question here. And it's not the Eagles related, but it's another team. And in terms of quarterback, if Josh Allen wins a Super Bowl for the Bills, is he a better all-time quarterback than Jim Kelly?
Yes.
Because he won the Super Bowl.
100%. Winning cures all.
Yeah. I'm just it's another parallel to kind of,
It's a tough one though, because Jim Kelly took him to what, 4 Super Bowls?
4 straight Super Bowls.
4 straight, but lost every damn one.
Yeah, because of the foot of his kicker though. Listen, it's also I struggle with this across the board is comparing dudes from the 90s to today.
Different eras of football.
Completely different game. Like Terry Bradshaw threw for like 112 yards a game, and he's in the Hall of Fame. So like
Joe Namath had, I think, more interceptions than touchdowns.
That doesn't surprise me.
And he's in
but it's hard to compare.
And when they released the top 100 players or whatever it was, Drew Brees wasn't on there. Like Drew Brees is a all-time great quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. With Super Bowl wins, with the statistics to back it up.
Didn't he win a Super Bowl?
Yes, with the statistics to back it up.
But you have to also look at, like, you take a look at quarterbacks, a guy like Jim Kelly, a guy like Dan Marino, Joe Montana. What would the stats look like if they played in today's era?
Dude, Dan Marino,
they're not able to be touched.
Dan Marino would be unreal in today's NFL.
Exactly. So you have those.
Woody, because he wasn't a mobile quarterback. You need to have some mobility.
He was getting smacked around. People were hitting him 3 steps.
But you need to have some mobility in order to open up your wide receivers. So
Tom Brady did it.
Tom Brady did it. Yeah, Tom Brady was that elite talent.
So was Dan Marino.
So Dan Marino arguably is without a Super Bowl one of the, if not the best quarterback. Like I will die on that hill. I think Dan Marino, if he was playing in today's NFL, would be the best quarterback of all time.
Okay. What about Peyton Manning? Peyton Manning wasn't mobile.
Peyton Manning is the best quarterback, pure quarterback of all time.
Peyton Manning is what Dan Marino was back in the 80s, if you think about it.
But
Marino had some wheels. He had some wheels. I mean, he was like, he had enough.
He outran Ace Ventura, so he had some wheels.
Hell yeah.
Wait, can Ace Ventura count as a football movie? Just I'm finishing up my list.
No, it does not count as a football movie. I know you're finishing your list, which I'm going to start. I'm going to get into the list because I want to get into these, and it won't be the football one.
Professional segues.
So I'm going to start off with this. I'm not going to start off with the sweets because you can't have sweets first unless you're my son who always wants candy and food and knows where it is, always points to it.
Amen.
That's where he gets first is the chocolate and the candies and the gummies. But we're going to start with the game day appetizers / foods, the top 5, each of our top 5. So what I'll do is we'll have the guests go first, then Chip, and then I will go. Do we want to just go? We'll give our 5, or just each person go 5 through 1.
5 through 1 and rip it apart.
I didn't. So I didn't rank these. I didn't go 1 through 5. I did.
See, you misunderstood the assignment too.
I did. I did. I never listened.
Mr. Ulecka, the assignment wasn't clear.
I never
Okay,
listened.
what do you want me to do? Punish them and give them homework?
But you know what? Actually, I think coincidentally these are probably in order, so I'll just go. Phillies win, by the way.
Yep.
Top 5 game day snacks. Wings are always number 1 for me.
Boneless or no?
Always
Bone in
bone.
or-
Always bone in.
Okay, just one.
Otherwise, they're chicken nuggets.
What's wrong
Buffalo
with that?
chicken dip. Number 2.
Okay.
Buffalo chicken dip. Number 3, taco dip.
Okay.
Number 4, warm, soft pretzels.
Ooh.
Number 5, this is my sleeper here, pigs in a blanket.
Ooh. Yeah, my wife said that. She goes, because I was like, name me some appetizers. She goes, pigs in a blanket. I said, no, that's not on my list. But no,
Yeah.
I get that.
They're salad. Hebrew National.
Yeah.
That's the way to
Now,
go.
now you're sounding like my dad. It's always the Hebrew Nationals. Always the Hebrew Nationals. Always
They're great. They're great.
Yeah.
That's my
Chip?
top 5.
That's that is a good top 5. That is a very good top 5.
We definitely have some similarities. So, because I feel like I understood the assignment, I'm going to go 5 to 1, right? Because you want to count it down, Letterman style, right? So, my number 5 is actually you go to the dessert section, right around the 3rd, 4th quarter. Oatmeal raisin cookies. There is nothing better than an oatmeal raisin cookie.
I like oatmeal raisin cookies.
So that's it. So that's at the end, right? Number 4, pizza. Nice slice of pizza. 3 wings, 2 Philly pretzel nugs.
Okay.
Philly pretzel nugs
factory
from the Philly Pretzel Factory with the
Gotcha.
spicy mustard. With the spicy mustard.
Very specific.
I could
Yep.
fill up on those. And of course, number 1, taco dip.
Okay.
Ooh. Some overlap.
All right. So mine from so I'm not going to do 5 to 1 because 2 and 1 are the same 2 that you got. Well, that was mentioned first. So my number 1's wings. Always a good wing. Buffalo chicken dip is 2.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cheeseburger sliders. Those are
Ooh.
always good. You don't
Fancy.
get a full cheeseburger, get a little bit of taste of it. That's always makes it good. So you can have a lot of food in different varieties. 4 nachos.
Oh, I'm really upset with myself after not saying nachos.
You can't have a bad nacho. Nachos are
Holy
wonderful.
crap. I dropped the ball on that.
And number 5 for me is cheesesteak egg rolls.
Solid.
Cheesesteak egg rolls are always a good hit. But that was a nice
I'd
little.
like to change my answers.
I ain't changing nothing.
That's all right. It's all right.
It's for my palate. And you know what?
Listen.
I'm actually okay if they are boneless wings. I'll take some chicken nuggies.
Oatmeal raisin. We got to talk about that after the
Go ahead.
show.
No. Talk about it right now.
No.
Talk about it with
No,
the
no.
people.
No, it's not even a top 5 cookie, let alone top 5.
You shut your damn mouth.
I don't mind.
Shut your damn mouth.
So I don't mind oatmeal raisin cookies, but they're at the end of the list. If that's the only thing that is there, I'll eat it. But the classic chocolate chip.
I'm talking
Snickerdoodles were my favorite.
I'm talking them BJ's oatmeal raisin cookies
that
are just soft
I
and
thought you were going
crumbly.
somewhere else.
You know what, you pervs, you shut your damn mouths. Also, that's number 1 on the list.
That would be number 1 snack.
Yeah. Well,
for a chip.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Now, here is one that I heard of. I haven't tried it yet, but I believe it is a Rice Krispie treat. And you have to put, what do you have to put? You put something on it. I think it's Greek yogurt or something like that. And it tastes like a dessert. I'm like, okay.
It is a dessert.
Yeah, I mean, Rice Krispie treats are
I
dessert.
wouldn't
You don't
say
need
it's
to add
dessert.
yogurt.
I would say it's like.
I mean, listen, if we're going desserts, you got to go s'mores. S'mores are up there.
I hate s'mores.
Oh my goodness.
I do not
You
like
hate s'mores, but you like oatmeal raisin. All right, let's move on to the next list.
So
before
the next one will be candy. The
Yeah.
top 5 candies. It could be bars, gummy. It could be anything that is candy related. Not cake, chip. We're not going cake or cookies or any like that. That's not candy. That's a sweet. They're different.
Fair.
Okay.
I just want to make it known.
Listen, my candy. Listen, if there's one thing I have, it's a sweet tooth. My candy list is just fine.
I will say this though. I will leave you with this before we get on it. The most overrated candy is an almond joy. Okay, so
Agreed.
okay, at least we agree there.
No argument.
So we're a very close tie, in my humble opinion, to a peppermint patty.
I don't like peppermint patties either. But I'm not a huge chocolate guy. But
I've grown to like almond joys
I'm a
because
big
it's always
chocolate guy.
left. Almond joys are always left after my kids go Halloween.
Yeah.
So like I've grown to like it. It's like an acquired taste, like the first time you had scotch.
Well, the thing is, you have to have the trick or treat. You have to have the dad tax. So you got to take what you want 100%. First, so they know, and then you'll get the leftovers. But
yeah,
you learn to like
the leftovers. Always an almond joy. Always.
I agree. Yeah, they're always left. So you're going to start off. We do the same thing, same order as we did the last one. So your top 5 candies.
All right, so I'll go 5-1. All right.
Yep.
Number 5, Jolly Rancher.
Okay.
I have a bowl of them at my desk. Gets me through the day. Number 4, Twix.
Okay. I like
Number 3, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Ooh.
Number 2, Snickers.
Okay.
Number 1, this is kind of boring, but it's my go-to, peanut M&Ms.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's my movie snack of choice.
Okay. I like it. Go ahead, Chip.
Number 5. Crackle bars. Hershey's Crackle bars. Instead of like a Crunch bar, when you go to the Hershey's Chocolate Factory and you buy like the big Crackle bars.
That's the red
That's
packaging,
the red
right?
one. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, those are ones that I've never eaten. But go ahead, next one.
Yep. Number 4, gummy bears.
Okay.
Love me some gummies.
Yep.
Number 3, Twix.
Okay.
And I have a tie at number 1 depending on whether I'm like snacking or whether I'm eating candy. So if I'm eating candy, it's a Kit Kat bar. And if I'm snacking, it's peanut M&Ms.
Hell yeah. I'm in.
Okay.
Hold on, Chip, I got to blow your mind. Have you ever had chocolate-covered gummy bears?
No.
Next time you're at the shore, head down to the boardwalk, go to Shriver's, grab some chocolate-covered gummy bears. It's going to blow your mind.
If you're ever really bored, go onto Amazon and read the reviews for sugar-free gummy bears.
I'm on it.
Oh, boy. I guess I'll cross off.
How much time do you have on your hands, Chip?
I social media a skosh.
Yeah. A lot, right? So my top 5 from 5 to 1. Number 5, 100-gram bar.
Oh, God.
Like myself, 100-gram
That's like
bar.
a 6. That's like a 6 for me. I'll give you that.
The number 4. Now, for 4, it could be higher just because it's wonderful and it incorporates a lot of my favorites, the peanut butter and a pretzel, and it's a Take 5.
Take 5s are low-key dangerously delicious.
Love me some Take 5. 3, Reese's Cup. I put it Reese's Cups
I'm not a Reese's
shapes.
guy. Damn.
Yeah.
So whether it's the trees, the eggs, that whatever, I like the shapes better than the cups because you get more peanut butter in the shapes and less in
the trees just taste better, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah, exactly. I absolutely agree.
Because you're giving back to nature. That's why.
Yeah, it's true. Number 2, it's going to probably get a lot of scoffs, but it is my go-to movie candy. It could be number 1, but I do put it 2 because number 1 is my all-time favorite.
Mike and Ike.
No, I hate Mike and Ike's. Number 2 is Twizzlers. Love me some Twizzlers.
Okay, now I have to
not
ask
Red Vines. Red Vines.
There you go. All right, we're good.
So we went to. There's a candy shop up by my parents.
Did you take them to the candy shop?
Yeah.
Did you let them
No,
lick
they
the
did not lick
lollipop.
my lollipop.
Matt and I have spent way too
Come
much
on.
time in
That
cover
was-
band scenes. We could
I was
sing
gonna
and
say that
speak in
almost took
lyrics.
me back to. I almost
Yeah.
broke out.
We
I
could
got
just
the
speak
mic.
in lyrics.
I got the
So-
SM58 in front of me. I was ready to go.
So the candy shop didn't have any Twizzlers, but they had red vines, and I never had red vines. So I said to my wife, I said, just get those. I said they're same thing. Just get them. I got
Update,
home.
they were not the same thing.
I opened it up. I took a bite, and
How
I
pissed were
threw
you?
it so hard into the garbage can and said, "This is the biggest piece of garbage," and threw it. It was
Yeah.
terrible. It tasted like I was eating a candle.
Yeah.
I've never eaten a
You
candle.
eat a lot of candles?
Well, it all depends. If
You
I'm
look like
watching
a
Eagle
candle eater.
and I can't find bleach, I got to eat a candle.
There you go.
Um,
Have you ever had
That's
the pull and peel Twizzlers?
Oh, hell yeah.
Underrated. I actually like them better than the original. I do like the original.
I'm in the original. My mom always gets the what's the licorice, like the dark
black licorice
one, and I can't. It's got to be the strawberry, the original, and then number one, I have gummy worms. Love
Okay.
me some gummies.
I'm surprised none of us had like Sour Patch Kids.
Because
I'm
they
not
tear
eating
up your mouth.
Ready? Best childhood candy before we all had, adult stomachs.
Dots.
Warheads.
Warheads. Yeah,
Oh,
warheads.
warheads
And
were
the
fun.
black one. The black warheads.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Atomic warheads.
And they tried to make a comeback a couple years ago and they like toned it down. I'm like, this ain't the same.
That's like
This ain't-
Dunkaroos. The
this ain't your
Dunkaroos
father's
brown
candy.
suck.
Yeah,
Is it the
Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroo suck or is that our internal organs are like, what the hell are you doing to us?
What about fruit by the foot?
Oh,
No.
by the foot. Yes.
I love fruit by the foot. Johnny's with me.
I'm
No.
a gummy type of person.
So my issue is that, and I don't know if you could believe this, both of you having known me in the real world, I had some, how do you put this? Behavior problems growing up because I was hyper.
I'm shocked.
no, really.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't exactly always allowed to have candy growing up. And when I did, it would give me
Surprised your wife allows you to have it now.
yeah, it would give me quite a sugar buzz. There you go, Maddie. There you go, another cover band reference. But yeah, I have such a sweet tooth now; it's ridiculous. That was my first band, Matt. I was in a band called Sugar Buzz.
Sugar Buzz.
I know, and it made me upset. Anyway, keep going.
That was my story. I wasn't allowed to have candy or soda, and then I got a sweet tooth, and I put on like 25 pounds, and now I haven't had a soda in 4 years.
Good for you.
That's good. Good for you.
I miss it,
You should have it. You're just sweating it out as an umpire anyway.
dude. I can't. I would have to go back to Dr. Pepper rehab.
Just drink diet. It's fine.
No.
Because actually,
Zero
Yeah.
sugar.
exactly, zero sugar.
Diet Dr. Pepper, by the way, hot take. Diet Dr. Pepper is better than regular Dr. Pepper.
Now, the ultimate, and it's, I will not be accepting any conversational points for this. The greatest soda of all time, Cherry Coke.
I wouldn't say all time, but it's underrated. And you don't see it very often.
I
miss
used to
the era,
drink
man.
Cherry Coke by the box.
Jeez. Okay. All right, now we'll get into football movies.
Good stuff.
Not a great
one-
segue.
This
Not a
one was
great
a little
segue.
tough for Chip.
Yeah,
It
it's
looked like
perfect. It's perfect.
he had a little earthquake over there because he was writing vigorously.
There's a scribble right there. I scribbled one.
Don't show your list.
Was
I
that
can't-
Andy,
you can't read.
Andy Reid's
Yeah.
play sheet?
Food.
You should laminate it next time, Chip.
Andy, have a Snickers. Why?
So,
Dude, I gotta say he's awesome in commercials.
oh yeah,
Keep going.
I agree with you. Absolutely, he's really good in that in
Some of them
commercials. I love it.
nuggies.
So, we're gonna go football movies. Same order that we've been going. So, go ahead, Matt. Start it off.
I struggled with this. This was a tough one for me. Because I personally don't usually like football movies. I think they're not usually very realistic, and I don't know. Maybe it's PTSD from playing. But anyway, number 5, I went with Remember the Titans.
Okay.
Number 5. Number 4, Little Giants. Phenomenal flick. I don't know if you've seen it recently. Watched it with my kids. That and Sandlot. Amazing. Number 3, The Program.
Oh, okay.
That did not make my list.
A Seat at the Table, baby. Great movie. Number 2, underrated movie. One of my favorite characters in all of cinema history, Shane Falco, coming in with The Replacements. And then number 1, I had to go with Any Given Sunday.
Damn.
I think that was the first time they broke into like the true business behind the NFL.
That's 4 of my 5. You said.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
This was a tough one because there's not a lot of options, unless you were going like Brian Song and Concussion.
All right, so I had a tie at 5. Okay.
So you have it 6.
I do because Matt and I
He's circumventing the rules.
Yep. Well, I didn't understand the assignment. And because Matt has a bunch of mine and Johnny have a bunch of ours, like I'm just going to go with it. So 5 was originally The Blind Side, but because of all the stuff coming out about The Blind Side, I feel like I could bring in a sub friend. So I'm going to go with the remake of The Longest Yard.
Okay.
Solid.
I do like that one.
The OG one was exceptional, but the remake was such star power for our generation that there's that. And again, I like The Blind Side, but there's some stuff about it now. Number 4, Little Giants. You cannot argue with the quotes. I use these for acid indigestion. What are we going to use them for? Intimidation. Right?
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
Can't beat it. I'm still waiting for an NFL team to try the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Oh my God.
That would be pretty fun.
We're going to run this play. Pitch to Johnny. Pitch to Johnny. I'm Johnny. Now what? Run to that guy. Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
It's so good. You should rewatch it.
Number 3, Remember the Titans.
Okay.
Number 2, The Replacements. Again, quotable beyond quotable. And then number 1, which is my favorite. It's in my top films because I can quote it line for effing line. The Waterboy.
Okay. I thought you were going to say something else. The one that's not on my list, and I won't put it on my list because I don't like the movie, but I like The Waterboy.
The Waterboy, for some reason, and I ran. Ready? Just about to show my age. I ran that VHS out of tape.
So, funny thing about The Waterboy is, you do know Adam Sandler went to Penn State when that movie was, I think, being filmed, or before the movie was filmed, and he watched the movie. Basically, if you watch him play in that movie, just go look at LeVar Arrington college highlights. That's who it is based off of. And there was actually a recent interview, Arrington talking about that. He goes, not the person aspect, that's not me, but the on the field stuff, watch it. And you'll see him leaping over the guy.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff is like what LeVar did in college at Penn State. So
how about
that was pretty
LeVar?
cool that recently came out.
How about little LeVar signing with
oh, I know. It's great.
So cool.
Great stuff. Awesome stuff. I love it. So my 5, again, I have 5 Little Giants. 4, I have Draft Day. I just like the movie. It's not a great movie.
Phenomenal movie.
I just like the movie.
I have not seen that movie all the way through. I have only seen it through clips on TikTok.
You should watch it. I forget. Are we allowed to curse on here?
Yes, you can.
Fuck yeah.
The best line of that movie is, "You pancake eating motherfucker." When he calls him, I want my picks back, you pancake eating motherfucker. That is the best line of the entire movie, right there. That sealed it for me. When I heard that line, that was my movie.
I like that movie. Now I picked that movie over The Waterboy. So I have no spots because I have 3 Remember the Titans, 2 The Replacements, and 1 Any Given Sunday. And I didn't put Rudy on the list because I hate that movie.
Rudy, okay. I'm gonna say. So apparently, we're all in agreement. But I find Rudy to be extremely overrated.
Yeah. Just like Notre Dame football, overrated.
It's like Invincible. Oh, God, don't get me started on Notre Dame.
I can't believe that it's a Philadelphia podcast, and none of us said that.
Because he sucked.
Because the best movie of all time that Mark Wahlberg played in is Shooter, not Invincible.
Great movie. Great flick.
Yes.
Invincible is not. It's about. It's a great story. It's cool. Whatever. He was not a good player. We all know that.
Yeah.
Like it's whatever. Same thing with Rudy. Great story. Dude sucked.
Yeah. It's like a movie about Reno Mahe. Like, come on.
Yo, I would love to watch the He Hate Me film. The Rod
straight-
Smart
just-
He Hate Me film.
Just 2 hours of fair catches.
Yeah, exactly.
Stupid.
I have.
So-
This is for another show, but I have a great story about Reno Mahe when I worked for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Great story.
My favorite thing, though, if you ever follow, I don't know if you follow Chip Reederson
Mhm.
on X. He always talks about Reno
Shout out.
Mahe siphoning gasoline and getting arrested or some shit like that. Always,
Yeah.
and it cracks me up every time he brings it up. I think it's the funniest shit. So I do want to bring this up. I want to do it this way. Our favorite Eagles jersey combination.
Okay.
We'll give our favorite Eagles jersey combination. If it's one that is being worn now, if it's one that isn't worn, that should be worn, it doesn't matter what it is. What would be your number one Eagles jersey combination that you want to see or you do see, whatever that is? So same order as we always been going.
Okay. I'm gonna do this a little different. I'm gonna do my favorite with what they currently wear,
Okay.
and my favorite with what they should wear.
That's fine.
Favorite that they do wear. I mean, you have to go Kelly Green. They nailed the Kelly Greens. It was better than I could have anticipated. The color was amazing. You can see the helmets up here. Hit up Templates if you want one. Shameless plug. But dude, the Kelly Greens, they nailed it. It was nostalgic with a new vibe to it. The green is perfect. If you haven't seen them in person, do it. They have a nice metallic sheen to it. The jerseys were just spot on. So Kelly Green, that's my number one. What I think they should do, and because of the stupid rules that the NFL has and limitations that they have, we can't. But I would love to see a black helmet, midnight green jersey, black pants. That would be a dream combination for me.
That would be pretty cool. I would like to see that. Go ahead, Chip.
I have been very partial to the black jerseys. I think that they are just so fucking sharp. But I don't like it when it's the black and black pants. So like the black jerseys
with
with
contrast.
I do. The black jerseys with the white pants, that little swirl action, that chocolate vanilla swirl action. Big fan of that. I like I like the Eagles green, the Kelly green. I do.
What about
I
the
don't
green
really,
pants with the black jerseys? They did that one time back in like
I think it was against Cincinnati Bengals. 03.
potentially.
No, 04. 04. Floyd Emmer started that game.
04 makes sense. They wore the green helmets, black jerseys, green pants.
Mhm.
I don't like when they rock the white pants too much, honestly.
I like the white jersey with the green pants.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's my least favorite of all.
I like the black jerseys with the green pants. Like,
So the one I like is the all green. I want to see him wear all green. For me, that's all midnight green.
Yeah,
I think that would just look so sharp. Especially at even wearing it on like a primetime game. Underlay. I think it would look awesome. Yeah, I know. They wore it a couple of times against the Washington. The old Redskins back in 2000, and I think that was 2002, I believe.
I think they rocked it against the Seahawks too.
Yeah, it was 02 because it was the last game at the Vet, regular season game at the Vet, and I think they wore it actually Monday night against the 49ers in '98, I believe.
Look at you.
No, '97.
Johnny, you're like freaking Rain Man.
Yeah,
It's unreal.
That's
If you're
definitely 92. That's definitely 92.
yeah, it's definitely '97 because
That's
I
definitely
want you to check
97.
this out. Google it.
Google it. All right, let's Let's Google it. Let's Google it.
Now I gotta know if it's.
Now, are you allowed to Google in public? Like, good gracious, like there are people watching.
Why not?
Close the incognito.
Just do me a favor. Don't Google yourself.
Close the
Okay?
incognito.
Nobody wants to see you Google yourself in public.
Yeah. Boom.
Stop it. 97, really?
Hold on. I'm gonna pull
He's
up
gonna
the video.
share the freaking screen. Jesus Christ.
It's prime time in Philadelphia. About to get their ass beat. All right. Let me pull up share the screen.
It's funny because I remember Deuce Staley wearing the all greens.
Let me get from the intro. You said you remember
I thought it was Deuce Staley.
let me see here.
I don't have a steel trap like you, Johnny.
They send it down toward
Oh, gross.
Staley.
It was 97. Bobby Huang.
Boom.
Staley,
There's
a
Deuce.
rookie out of
There he
South
is.
Carolina,
That's my
A
guy.
rookie.
and a guy who someday could be either their feature running back
Look at the size of those
or
shoulder
at worst,
pads.
Oh man.
Holy
I
shit.
know. So what was that? And then I think it was 2004 for the other one.
I'm just going to believe you at this point because the fact that you pulled 1997 out, Deuce's rookie year, was absolutely incredible.
So funny thing, like, we had David Akers on a while ago, and I always showed him different clips and stuff like that, and we always talked, and we actually talked about his first NFL game where he played for Washington in 1998. He was their kickoff specialist, and he started for someone. I think one of the kickers either got hurt or they called him off the practice squad, and I think he only played one or two games. I think it was one game actually. And his first kickoff, Steve Broussard scored a touchdown all the way, 90-yard touchdown. And then, he had an extra point, and then they tried an onside kick, and he didn't make it. But I found the video of it, so I sent it to him. I sent him the picture of him, and it says David Akers, and it shows of him in the Redskins. And it's just cool because I've been looking for it for the longest time, and I found it. So I thought,
sign it?
What?
You should sign it.
Sign it.
Have him sign it.
You're only your first thing. No, all that kind of stuff. Like, it's weird because I can see like I don't know. You could do a year, and I could go and tell you exactly what I was doing and where I was when I was watching that particular Eagles game. And I say it all the time, and it's just like I get, oh, you can remember that, but you can't remember when I asked you to do this one thing. I say,
You're like McVay. You're like,
yeah, right. It's like,
man.
I mean, okay, Johnny.
It was 12 minutes, 11 seconds left on the clock. Go ahead.
Johnny. At no point in your incoherent rambling did you give anything that resembled a correct answer. Everybody in this stream is now dumber for having listened to you. I award you no points. May God have mercy on your soul. A simple wrong would have been fine, but I don't know.
It's like the Lord's Prayer.
how cool does that look, though?
I wonder if it would work with the new Midnight Green. It's a little bit different than it was then. It was a little darker.
I do not like that color.
The old color or the new color?
No, the new color. It just doesn't. I think it's just because of the way the material, I guess.
I also think it's because Nike could not reproduce it. Do you remember when we could not wear Midnight Greens for like half the season?
Yeah.
So here's my question. What the fuck are we going to wear in Brazil?
Listen, I think they've said that the NFL has come out and said that was a misunderstanding. But then you have Josh Jacobs coming out saying we're going to have, armored trucks and shit taking us from the hotel. I don't know who to believe. They obviously told the players something because Josh Jacobs is.
Josh Jacobs. Alzheimer's. No.
Dude, Johnny, kick him out. Yeah. Can you do that?
Okay. So now we're going to get to our top fives.
Our blind top fives.
The blind top fives. And I'm going to start with you, Chip.
Ooh.
And we're going to go with Eagles nicknames.
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh.
So you have a total of 5.
I have a total of 5. Yes.
Okay. Because I know sometimes they do that on TikTok, like blind react, and they give you like 4. I'm like, well, I have an open space.
Nope. It is 5 here for you.
Okay.
The first one, the ultimate weapon.
Oh. Now, hold on, real quick. Are we ranking the name or the person associated with it?
The name.
Oh.
Okay.
Like the name as a football nickname.
No, I got
You
you.
want-
I got you.
You want to associate the person, you can. But
I mean, I'm going to be honest. That's number 1.
Wow.
That's number 1. I know you have other stuff lined up, but like the fact that it was backed up as well, like he didn't like he lived up to it. You know what I mean?
you are really okay. Next
I'm
one.
playing with fire. I'm playing
Next
with fire.
one. Concrete Charlie.
5.
Is that for me? Or is that
No.
for Chip?
No,
That
it's still me. 5.
You are an idiot.
Okay.
How is that not a cool nickname? Do you understand
Well,
the meaning behind
My
it?
name is Charles. That's stupid.
It's Chuck Bednarik.
Cool.
You know-
I was
you know
around in the
why it
19.
was-
I was around
you
in the
know why it was
1960s.
concrete?
So
Because he worked as
He
a
was a concrete salesman.
yeah.
great.
In the offseason,
Okay.
they made like $2,600.
I wasn't around in the 1960s. So
The next one. The Axeman.
You fucked up, Chip.
No, I didn't, because I love the player and I love that it was all about. I'm going to go 3 there.
Okay. The Minister of Defense.
That's number 1.
No, ultimate weapon.
The Minister of Defense. He was a minister and he destroyed people. Number 1. I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Number 1.
2. What's going in for? Here it
So-
comes.
4. You. Weapon X.
Mm.
You could either use Weapon X or Wolverine, whatever one you want to use. He's got 2 nicknames, and you put him at 4.
They're the same person. I think that's fair. I think 4 is appropriate.
I just don't think the Ultimate Weapon. I think that's like 3. Like I think that you just went a little too high on that. But again,
like
that's yours.
So what was the ranking again?
So it went
Ranking?
ultimate weapon. 2
Yep.
was Minister of Defense. 3 was Axeman. 4 was Weapon X. 5 was Concrete Charlie.
Not bad. The Eagles have had a lot of people with some really cool ass nicknames. I will give you that. They
Yeah.
only pick 5.
Honorable mention. He hate me.
Bob Smart.
That's a second
Wow.
Rod Smart reference in the same
Wow.
show,
Holy shit.
which is exactly 2 more than there should be in any show.
Yo, shout out to Rod Smart though.
Yeah.
He does hate me.
He definitely hates you now.
So now we get your top
Yeah.
5. And it's going to be top 5
Mhm.
helmets, Eagles helmets.
Oh,
Now,
easy.
not
Okay.
style of helmets, but like the actual basically coloring. Like what I'll give
The
you,
color. Right.
yeah, like either an era, a year, a style. I'll give you that. So
Okay.
the first one is the white and green early 1970s.
Yeah, that's 79. They wore it for like 2 years. I'm gonna go 4.
4. Okay. The black helmet.
3.
3. The midnight green.
2.
The Kelly green.
Current.
Yes.
1. I'm
that
assuming
leaves you
it's the yellows.
That leaves you with the
The
number
yellow
5,
jackets.
the 2007 throwback blue and yellow.
That'd be number 5. I just nailed that, by the way.
Yeah.
That's
He
the
hit
number
that
5.
He played that
Absolutely.
perfectly.
Like, I hated those jerseys. And of course,
I-
I had one because,
Wow.
of course, I had one.
I wouldn't mind actually seeing
They
it.
should
come
bring him back.
honestly.
They should
That's
bring them
actually
back.
It is pretty cool. I
They
will
were
give you
so freaking ugly.
They should bring them back for
the 100th, which
Yeah.
will be in like 8 years.
yeah. They should bring them back, and I want to see what Nike can do with it.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. Maybe you
Maybe
should
I'll
bring
make-
in, the honorary captain should be Kevin Curtis because he had his career
Oh.
day. And
Dude, what 200 plus yards, right?
so funny story
Against the
before we get
Lions?
to the 2. Yeah, you're right. Before we get to the 2 trivia questions that I have, but to end this, so my buddy and his dad and his friends, whatever, they went to the game. I didn't go to the game. They went to the game, and the funny story is, and I always bring it up to my buddy because he never saw the game. He got so drunk, passed out,
Are you serious?
Shit himself
Are you
all in that span
serious?
and missed the game. And I always bring it up to him and always say, because I think it's the funniest thing, because he drank so much that he didn't even make it into the stadium. And, I just thought that was funny. And every time I think of that game or see highlights of that game, that's what I think of. Because
Not Kevin Curtis. It's
Not
your
Kevin.
friend shitting himself and then
yeah,
Kevin Curtis.
exactly.
Makes sense.
So that's it. That's your blind ranking of that game.
Yeah.
That's my blind date.
Number one, Buddy shitting himself.
It
Are
is.
you serious?
Are you serious? All righty.
Super
So
theory.
now, this brings us to the Eagles trivia.
I was about to say, what does it bring us to there, Donald?
Oh wow.
We have the music.
On a friend.
I know Chip is going to get it wrong because it's usually what he does.
I need my special 1-bar helmet.
I will give Chip the easy one, and then you'll get the hard one, Matt.
That's
All right. So
messed up.
That's typically how Matt likes to live.
yeah.
Hey-o,
Your
did you?
question is this: which quarterback took Nick Foles' job in St. Louis, who then later on Nick Foles would be able to get some revenge on him a few years later in a pretty significant game? Who is that quarterback?
Like Nick Foles.
Nick Foles lost his job to this quarterback and then would go and beat him in a game later as a revenge.
Oh, the hell's that quarterback's name? He played for the Vikings. We beat him in the NFC Championship. Oh God, I can picture his face. I can't picture his. Hold on.
He's got a very punchable face.
He does have a very punchable face.
Yeah.
University of Houston.
That doesn't matter to me.
Oh,
That's why I said it.
you want to do phone a friend?
No, because
I believe he played for Washington too.
yeah, I know that. Like, and the thing is, like, it's not Kirk Cousins because Kirk
He's
Cousins
still in
and
the league too, I think.
I know Kirk Cousins and this guy switched places. We beat him in the NFC Championship. He was playing for the Vikings, and I cannot think of his name at all right now.
You could phone a
Chris
friend.
Long hit his arm.
Yeah, I can literally
First
describe everything
initial
about him
is
except
C.
his name.
Last initial is K, same as yours.
What's the first initial?
Actually, his initials are exactly the same as
Yep.
yours.
Exactly the same as yours. Okay.
Case Keenum.
There you go.
There it is.
Like I said, I could picture everything about it except for his freaking name. That's how little I think of that guy.
Wow.
Now for this one,
So Case Keenum.
I'm going to go a little bit different here in the music. No game show suspense. I'm going to throw it back. We're going to go little.
Is this
American
NFL
game.
films?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So,
I used to fun fact, I used to get rid of all the music and put these on in Madden. That would be my background music, just the NFL films.
so
We should bring that back.
I agree with you. The other thing that I do, at my desk at work, I play the NFL primetime soundtrack. Literally listen to the, primetime soundtrack.
Okay.
Think about highlights while I'm trying to work. So this one is
Your boss loves that.
from the years 1989 to 1995. The Eagles had 3 Hall of Fame wide receivers play for them.
Okay.
Can you name these 3 receivers?
88 through 95.
88 through 95. They had 3 Hall of Fame wide receivers that played for them. Can you name these guys?
88 through 95. Was Fred Barnett's not in the Hall of Fame?
He's not.
He should be. He's in
NFL Hall of Fame, not Eagles Hall of Fame.
I'll give you the first one. It's James Thrash. Enjoy.
No.
it's all these terrible wide receivers are flashing through my head like James Thrash.
Oh, I got one. I got the easiest of them.
88 through 95.
Are you looking it up?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's the
Myers-
easiest one of them all.
Myers doesn't count. T.O. was too late.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Irving Fryer's not a Hall of Famer, and that's 96.
Kevin Curtis doesn't count.
Way too late.
Um,
The first one's easy. I'm going to be honest. I'm racking my brain.
Mike Quick?
No, it is not Mike Quick.
Shit. I'm trying to rack my brain of what receivers played for us.
So I will give you a hint on this.
Yeah.
The one did wind up playing with Randall Cunningham again for a different franchise.
Mm-hmm. That's the easy one.
That's the easy one, yes.
It's obviously Randy Moss.
100%.
Played with Randy Moss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Oh, Chris Carter.
Yeah,
Easy.
Chris Carter is one.
Yeah, Chris Carter.
The other one is he played against the Eagles most of his career. And then, he played with the Eagles then for, I believe, one season. But most of his career, he played for an Eagles rival. I don't know. You may not get them, but
This is a really tough question because
and none of these
we've had such shitty wide receivers, which means most of these guys
these
not
guys were
play
over the
well.
hill. They were
Right.
over the hill. Well, except for Chris Carter, he was young and dumb.
Right, but we got rid of him and his
Yeah. These
his
other two
Hall
were
of Fame
over the hill
career
receivers.
started somewhere
They were
else.
like Antonio Freeman 02. They
Right.
contributed a little bit, but they weren't game changers.
They're the Miles Austins
Yes.
of okay. Not Harris.
And it stinks because
Yeah,
this
do
is
you
the
know?
entire time where you really weren't watching the Eagles, so you don't really remember.
Oh, dude, I was
So
can't
these
even
last guys, the
name
one guy
more than
played in
4 wide
1995
receivers
with
back
them, and the other guy played in 1993. So it's 93 and 95. These guys have played.
then. And they came over from other teams.
One of them apparently from the NFC East. So
Yes.
Right.
I'm going to have to guess that it's come from the Redskins at that point.
Yes.
So a Redskins
So,
wide receiver that is in the Hall of Fame that played one season for us.
And a former Packers/Bills receiver.
I know. Absolutely.
Was Reed?
No, it is not Reed.
Now, Andre Reed, didn't he only ever play with
No, he played with Washington.
Did
I
he?
think 2
Yeah,
years.
I knew he played the NFC East.
Yeah.
Mr. Kutztown. That one I know. Oh,
I don't think I'm gonna get these two, Nick.
Conway may have it.
I don't know.
So
I might have to phone a friend on this one.
Conway texted me. I'm going to throw this one out there. This is from
Yes.
Drunk on Broads. Don Conway. He says Art Monk.
Art Monk is one.
Okay, so he got
Oh,
that
shit.
one.
He played for the Eagles?
Yep, 1995. And I believe in the 1995 game, he broke a record. I think it was a receptions record in consecutive games. In the Dallas game, the 4th-and-1 stop game. The other one, James Lofton.
Who?
Wow. Yeah,
And-
dude, I never would have gotten this. I had no clue that they played for us.
No, I got Case Keenum though, so we're good.
The other fun one.
Why
The
did
other
you give
fun
this one a chip?
Yeah, I know. Chip would have never got it. That's why I didn't give it to him.
Oh.
The other.
I almost
fun
won another
was-
one.
No, there's not another one. In 1994. Now I'm trying to find this player because he played preseason games with the Eagles. This receiver, now originally drafted by the Cowboys, was cut by the Eagles after playing in 1994 preseason, and then missed the 94 season, I think because of an injury or whatever, just didn't play. And 95 got picked up by the expansion Jacksonville Jaguars and had a stellar career, almost Hall of Fame type level career with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Do you know who that guy is?
Bobby Boucher.
Keenan McCardle.
No, Jimmy Smith. Close.
I was gonna say Jimmy
It was
Smith,
one of the-
actually.
They only had two
It
receivers.
was only one of the
So,
two.
yeah.
And fun thing was Mark Brunell should have been the Eagles quarterback in 1995, but they couldn't agree on a contract. So he went to Jacksonville. Traded Jacksonville instead of the Eagles. They had a deal done. So just think about the revisionist what if type of history.
That
would have
definitely
happened.
1995. That definitely.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'm gonna have to make that 1-bar helmet for you guys,
Thank you.
like a dunce cap.
I'll take it. That's a
No, I would wear the hell
that is
out
a
of it.
fun idea. You
I'd
think
say
about
that.
the Gary Anderson, the Sean Landetta
Hell yeah,
type of guy.
the
But
Pumpy Tutors.
yeah,
Great football name, by the way.
it is.
Yeah, where was that nickname, dude?
That's his actual name.
Well, I did see it before we head off here. I did see a fun nickname that I saw that I laughed my ass off. It was a former baseball player back in the early 1900s. His name was Sloppy Thurston.
Amazing.
Now his first name was really Hollis, but
I mean, that's still nowhere near soon-to-be NFL quarterback General Booty.
General Booty.
Dude. Kool-Aid McKinstry was another
And
great name.
and Noah, I think it's Kaniga.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to pronounce
be-
that name. I'm just going to go Noah.
So they had an interview with his family, and they Kanega, I think, is what they said it is.
Someone's going to lose their job over that
Someone's
name.
going to lose a
Not
lot
saying.
more than their job.
Not trying that. Yeah, someone will. Maybe I've.
Not trying that.
Yeah, not trying that. But
Please don't let him be an Eagle.
yeah, exactly.
He'll be an Eagle.
He probably won't even make the.
And you know what? Eagles Twitter would be amazing.
They're already going a
Amazing.
little bit ham on the reverse side of it with Cooper DeJean and
Dijon.
right.
Gene.
We have the
Listen,
all-white lineup
Gene.
of secondary of safety.
So what's their nickname going to be?
I saw one. Hold
The
on.
Milkmen?
Milkman. They need
There was
three
some good ones.
white
There was-
safeties. They can go milk lemonade.
Hell yeah.
You said you found it. What's taking you?
There
so
was
long?
one. White boy unicorn is what they call them because they're safeties.
White poor unicorn.
Secondary,
Yes, the secondary was the one.
the milk
That's pretty
factory.
good. That's
White
pretty
boy summer. Gouda Baker and Troy Polamalu.
good.
The NFC Eastie Boys.
Yes.
Wow.
The
That's
White
phenomenal.
Walkers, White Noise, the Cream Team, Milk Studs,
No, I like the
White
White
Light.
Walkers.
White Lightning.
I like the White Walkers.
Wow.
Hot D's popular now. By the way, Chip, we could have capitalized on House of the Dragon had Hot D been playing right now.
So
We would've
much.
exploded.
Dude.
Was the name of my band, by the way. Shout out to any Hot D fans out there. There are none.
That sentence alone,
They're
out
all-
of context, is awful.
Yeah,
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
that does.
Shout out to just the cover band world in general, which
Hell
you and
yeah.
I are so far removed from. It's ridiculous.
We're making a comeback, Chip.
So
I told you about the cover band that we're going to start, right?
The dad band.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. I told you it's going to be, we're going to play just straight up yacht rock, wear
Oh, yeah.
New Balance shoes, cargo shorts,
Grass stain.
cargo
of course.
shorts, and
Yeah.
we're going to call the band Who's Your Daddy?
Hell yeah.
that's fucking great.
Johnny's like, yo, the money's actually going to make itself.
That's hilarious. That's
Or you just do classic kid songs in pop punk style and call it Bedtime for Pookie.
oh boy.
Wait,
Okay.
so there is a
Can we go off the rails here? Johnny's having
Yeah,
a
no,
panic
no, no, no,
attack.
no. So
Boom.
there is at the Wild West Casino coming up on a Thursday. There is a pop punk cover band coming up. Do
Sold.
you know what their name is?
No.
My Chemical Bromance.
Amazing.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's
Let's go.
pretty good.
Will you go with me, Chip, and we'll hold hands?
Dude, you know I'll go with you.
Let's do it.
So with that,
Yeah, how are you going to segue out of the show, Johnny? Go ahead.
We can wrap it up.
Sure.
One thing
You
that
can't
is
have me
pretty
and Chip on
cool.
the same show.
One thing that is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys ever had. Have you ever had Cane's? Raising Cane's chicken?
No,
No?
but I hear amazing things.
That's your segue?
I'm getting into something, and then I will segue out there,
Gotcha. I'm ready to go.
Mr. Professor. Actually, that's a pretty good name for you, Mr. Professor.
The professor? Can I be the professor?
No.
Like One Professor or Gilligan's Island Professor?
Gilligan's Island.
Oh, Gilligan's Island all day.
No,
there's one
look
actually opening up.
One Professor. Keep going.
There's one opening up down the road from me in August, in 1 month, like August 6th or whatever. I cannot wait. And it's actually opening up right next to we have a drive-through Wawa.
What?
That would be a game changer all in itself.
I saw a drive-through Wawa at the shore, and it blew my mind.
Yeah, we have a drive-through Wawa. Now behind that is the movie tavern, which I don't know if you have heard of the movie tavern.
Hell yeah, big fan.
So behind that's the movie tavern. Then you have the drive-through Wawa. Next to that's the Raising Cane's, and then up the road, of course, Chick-fil-A. But Raising Cane's, I can't wait to try it. I actually may try it with, John Barchard. Been talking to him a little bit because he's never tried it. Because he went to Bojangles. He posted something in Quakertown and didn't know it was that close. So I said, "Oh yeah, have you ever had Raising Cane's?" I said, Cane's is coming in August, close to where I am, and he goes, "I'm in." So it's maybe a little outing.
What a voice, man! What a voice that guy has.
Oh, absolutely.
Shout out to Barchard.
Exactly. Does just some great
Phenomenal
voiceover work. I may have to have him do a little bit for us, but I thought I'd bring that up before we.
Since we're shouting stuff out, if you're in the Lehigh area, and I know Johnny is, I'm going to be up at Limeport Stadium at the end of July, early August, to do the Connie Mac A state playoff games. So if you want to come heckle an umpire, I'll be there.
And don't worry, we'll get a crew together to come and heckle you.
Dude, can it be a Philly sports trip?
And with that, there's no Eagles news really this week. Hopefully
nothing
next
happened.
Week. But next week we're going to have Jordan Spector on, who does a lot of the art, a lot of the awesome stuff that you're seeing on Instagram and everything. He was at the Devontae Smith softball. Spoke with him a little bit. Going to get him on to talk a little bit about what he does, kind of, how it came to be, learn a little bit about him, talk a little bit of Eagles with him as well. But that should be a fun episode as we start gearing into training camp starting in 2 weeks here. So definitely the busy time is coming. So we got to get through the lull to get to the busy time. Plus the top 100 Eagles from 30 to 1 will be released within the next 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So we'll get all the way down to number 1 and what the AATBirds best Eagle of all time is. And I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of controversy because people are all pissed off.
People are not pleased with you.
Well, you know what?
It's a hard list, man.
The hard list.
Especially when you got Rain Man making a list.
No, it is.
What?
Especially when you got Rain Man making a list. I mean, you've got you're dropping some
definitely
names,
31,
dude.
And that's the thing. You
dropped some names of dudes that I had no clue existed.
Yeah. And you have to look through everything. It was tough. It was really tough. And it's funny because the Giants started putting their top 100 Giants out because it's
Saquon,
their 100th list.
95.
Saquon's above Hakeem Nicks. It was getting so much. It's kind of like that was my Sheldon Brown. Everyone wanted Sheldon Brown so much higher. And I just couldn't put him higher. I watched him play. He's a great player, but I don't like Lito. To me, Lito was better. Bobby Taylor was better. Troy Vincent was better. And then when you look at stats and look at, Herman Edwards, yeah, he may not have been to Pro Bowls or anything like that. His numbers are better. So, and he never missed a game in all his time in Philly. So there's different things that come into play, and that's why, like, I'll post it on Instagram, and then on Twitter, I'll go one at a time and I'll post kind of their achievements, what they did, their stats, playoffs included in those stats. But it shows you everything that they did. So just keep an eye out. They're going to keep posting those, keep getting that posted. They're going to still do the countdown. What?
Side note, real quick. You brought up Lito. I miss when we had players who had songs when they made a play.
Lito. Ooh, yeah.
They had that. They had when Shady made a play. They did the Wicked Slim Shady, right?
Oh,
I miss.
yeah, they don't have any of that.
They don't do that anymore. Sorry.
That's
Side note.
That's something that they need to get back into. But with that, I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Make sure you follow him at Temp Daddy, Templids. Make sure if you want a helmet, awesome, great helmet, awesome designs. You see everything back there. He's going to bring one in the frame here, which is, phenomenal. It looks like the Dawkins one.
That's a Dawkins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make any style. Does a great job. I just saw you post the Jalen Carter one. Looks phenomenal. So definitely contact them if you want, pricing. If you have a certain design, a certain team, what that may be, definitely contact them at Temp Daddy, at Templids. Chip, we'll be back next week. Should be fun. And, with that, we always end it with two very special words. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Thanks, gentlemen.
This is Matt Ware. Hey, for all the Eagle content you need, go follow All About the Birds. They do a damn thing. Check them out.
Hey, Eagles fans, I may be in Tampa, but I know where to find the best Eagles content out there. Check out my friends at All About the Birds.
Philadelphia, what's up? This your boy Freddie Mitchell, a.k.a. Fred X. It's all about the bird.
All birds all the time. All birds all the time.
All About the Birds provides you with weekly analysis, game recaps, informative interviews, and it's all birds all the time.